Today I'll be teaching you guys how to do borders like this. So once you got your clips ready, you can create a solid layer. You can press Ctrl and Y, or you can go to the layer place, click new, and then solid. And then you can use black or whatever color you want for your borders. Now you just crop it. And then you type in the effect CC JAWS. Okay, so now what you want to do is make the height to 0 and then make completion to 100, because if you make the height like, for example 10, you have like these spikes and then we don't want that, so let's make that 0. And then now you want to click the keyframe, which is a stopwatch, and then click U on your keyboard to see the keyframes, and then make sure you have a keyframe in the beginning of your solid layer, then in the middle of your clips, which is probably your second clip, and then we're gonna change the completion to around 70 or 80%. It depends how zoomed in you want it. Like for example, this. I'm gonna keep it at 80 because I like 80%. It's just the one I like to use. And then we're gonna make another keyframe at the end of your clip, and we're gonna make it 100. Now, as you can see, the borders don't look like the ones in TikTok really, right? So what we can do is highlight these 3 keyframes, and then you can either right-click your keyframes, Keyframe Assistant, and Easy Ease, or just click F9 on your keyboard. Now, you want to click this graph, and make sure your keyframes are highlighted. So now we're at the graphs page, right? So what I like to do with my graphs are like this. So now the video will look like this. So you can copy this graph if you want, and if you don't like the way it is, you can just keep that one, or you can just play around with the graphs and find the ones you like. So now we've got our borders. So let's say you want flashing borders, right? So what you're gonna do is Ctrl C on your first solid layer, and then Ctrl V. Now we're gonna go to layer and then solid settings, and then click the color. Now just choose whatever color you want for your flashing borders. I like to use white because yeah, and then click new. Now it's gonna look like this, right? But we're gonna change it up. So now we're gonna click T on your keyboard, which brings you to opacity. Okay, so now what I like to do is create a keyframe at 0%. And then I like to put my keyframe like right around here. And then I like to put my second keyframe for when my flash comes up at 100%, which is right here in my second clip. And then I like to put another keyframe, which is for where my flash ends over here. And let's see what this looks like real quick. So it looks okay, right? I guess. So we're gonna highlight these 3 keyframes, and then we're gonna easy ease. Now we're gonna go to graphs, and then we're gonna use my graph. You can copy this if you want, or you can just play around with the graph and find your settings that you like. So what I like to do is go like this, and like that, and then this one over here. Wait, let's see. Looks okay, I guess. So now we have our flashing borders.